It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure to have all of you here today.
Well, hello. It's Jerry with Naked Bible Study. Last few days has just been kind of crazy for me, so things have been a little different schedule-wise. Anyhow, so today I want to talk about, a lot of times I hear people that make the comment about, Jesus is just about love. It's only love. And oftentimes they'll talk about how in the Bible it talks about turning the other cheek. So today it's basically about, all right, did Jesus turn the other cheek or did he defend truth and righteousness? So many people picture Jesus as passive or soft and never confrontational, and they quote his words in the Gospel of Matthew in 5:39. But I tell you not to resist an evil person, but whoever slaps you on the right cheek, turn the other to him also. So the question is, did Jesus only turn the other cheek, or did he also boldly defend the truth and righteousness? So let's take a look at the big picture of it all. What did Jesus mean by turning the other cheek? In the Gospel of Matthew 5:38 and 39, Jesus is addressing personal retaliation. Under the old legal standard that the Jews were following, and they pretty well perverted it, was that whole eye for an eye stance. And people often justified revenge because of that. But Jesus shifts the focus. Don't respond to personal insults with personal revenge. Don't escalate conflict. Trust God with justice. A lot of people in this world right now need to hear that. Turn the other cheek is about refusing personal vengeance, not surrendering truth. It's strength under control, it's not weakness. So Jesus actively defended the truth. While Jesus refused personal revenge, he absolutely defended the truth and righteousness, like cleansing the temple in the Gospel of John 2:15-16. Jesus made a whip of cords and he drove the money changers out of the temple. He was saying, take these things away. Do not make my Father's house a house of merchandise. So, that wasn't just turning the other cheek or sitting back passively. This was not passive behavior. It was righteous zeal. He wasn't defending himself. He was defending God's holiness. Confronting the religious hypocrisy. In the Gospel of Matthew 23, Jesus boldly rebuked the Pharisees. His words, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites." It's pretty strong language when you get down to it. These were supposed to be like the top-notch, people. So why? Because false teaching damages souls. There's a lot of messed up people in our world right now because of false teaching. Look at what our universities are doing. The craziness that they're putting out, people can't figure out what sex they were born. Love does not stay silent when deception harms people. There's a lot of truth to that right there now. Standing firm before Pilate. This is when Jesus was being brought up to the Romans, being charged with, creating problems and all this kind of stuff. But anyways, when Jesus stood before Pilate in the Gospel of John 18:37, he declared, "For this cause I was born, that I should bear witness to the truth," even when facing crucifixion. And he knew very well what that was going to entail. But facing crucifixion, Jesus did not compromise truth to save himself. He turned the other cheek when insulted. but he did not turn away from the truth. The balance, meekness and boldness. Jesus perfectly molded both. Meekness towards personal attack and boldness towards sin and deception. Isaiah prophesied of him in the book of Isaiah 42, verse 2 and 3. A bruised reed he will not break, gentle with the weak. But in the Gospel of Matthew 21:13, he declared, "My house shall be called a house of prayer." Firm with corruption, meaning he took a stance. He didn't back down. He loved people, but he didn't back down from the truth. So this shows us something powerful. Turning the other cheek does not mean allowing evil to flourish or accepting lies as truth. Man, there's so much of that we see today in the news, on our social media. Staying silent when righteousness is attacked. It means refusing personal revenge, acting from love and not ego, and defending truth without hatred. So what does this mean for us? As believers, we're called to reflect Christ. Paul writes in the epistle to the Ephesians 4:15, "Speak the truth in love. Truth without love becomes harsh. Love without truth becomes compromise." And Jesus showed us both. When insulted personally, endure with grace. When truth is distorted, stand with courage. And when righteousness is threatened, act with holy conviction. The cross, the ultimate example. At the cross, Jesus embodied both realities. In the Gospel of Luke 23:34, he said, "Father, forgive them." That's turning the other cheek. But the cross itself was God's ultimate declaration that sin is serious, truth matters, and righteousness costs something. Jesus did not die to tolerate evil, he died to defeat it. So what's our takeaway from this? What do we conclude from all this? So did Jesus turn the other cheek? So did Jesus only turn the other cheek? No. He refused personal revenge. He forgave his enemies. He endured suffering without retaliation. But he also cleansed corruption. He confronted hypocrisy, proclaimed truth boldly, and he defended righteousness without compromise. Jesus is not passive. He is perfectly balanced. May we learn to be gentle in spirit, firm in truth, courageous in righteousness, and loving in every confrontation. That's the heart of Christ. I hope this has blessed your heart today. Know that I love you. Have a great day.